All right, guys. So I'm here at Origins 2015, and you guys know her. She has been big in the cosplay. You do Nerdist, too. You are a gaming columnist.
I'm a communist.
Oh, no.
I'm a gaming communist.
There we go.
I believe everyone should have free games.
Yes.
Yes.
She is one of us.
Share the wealth.
One of us. So could you tell our viewers a little bit about you? Anything I didn't fill in?
Sure. I'm a cosplayer. I've done a lot of cosplay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had a show on Nerdist called Just Cos, and I was on a show on SyFy called Heroes of Cosplay, and I just do all sorts of stuff. I'm mainly a host, and just basically my life. It's fun.
Super. I'm actually fill-in host.
Oh, nice.
So I'm actually rather new to this. I guess I'm where you were when you
Welcome.
started. Thank you. It's nice. Found it. It's awesome. Okay. Now, could you explain to me this furry ball a little bit more?
You're letting your non-nerd show right now.
You know, I am a big nerd, but it's comic books, superheroes, and medieval fantasy.
I like to think that Kirk is kind of a superhero.
Yeah, he can be. I mean, he's got his moments.
He does.
But I guess it's the paradox of the hero, because he lets his emotions get ahead of him, and the tough decisions he doesn't always make what's best for the crew.
That's true. That's good. That's a good point. So this is a tribble.
Okay.
And these are kind of like gremlins, like they multiply, and
Okay.
you don't want them to, because
Okay.
then they overcome the ship.
Sure. Don't
Yes.
get him wet.
Yeah, I have no idea what happens. Sam, what happens if you get a tribble wet? Does it get wet? Yeah.
All right.
No, he did the gremlin thing too. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So they're gremlins.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now this one, I got a thing about hair, and not a good thing. Like wet hair is kind of. So.
It's not wet. It's totally not wet.
It's all right. It's all right. All right. So you mentioned your cosplay, and Spencer's a big fan of cosplay. So I would really like you to make him smile.
Which one is Spencer?
Spencer's our cameraman.
Hi, Spencer.
And Spencer is actually lucky enough to talk to Sam. He's been geeking about, oh man, he won't shut up about it. It's awesome. Will you give him a little pointers on some of the things you do to get ready for con season for your cosplays? I mean, is it something you think about way ahead in advance?
Well, I kind of have a ongoing list of costumes I want to make and which ones are feasible to make at the time. So essentially, like, yeah, you got to kind of plan it out. I know it usually seems like we don't plan it out, but we do the best that we can.
Cool. So now let's say a little farther in the future. What is a cosplay costume that you have recently decided you want to do? Not one that you've been in love with forever, but one that it just hit you almost like your midnight dream.
Like recently?
Absolutely. One that hits you like
No.
it. Maybe you've seen it walking in here in Origins. You're like, that's right. I need to do something like that.
All right. Well, I have a huge list of all sorts of different kind of costumes. Like I want to do Spider-Gwen. I want to do like BioShock, Big Sister.
Super.
But the one that strangely hit me, which is not something I've never had a desire to do, like Disney princesses, but I really want to do Elsa. And I've seen a lot of Elsa cosplayers, but I love the fact that as Elsa, little children come up and they're like, oh, and then I'm like, I love little children. So like, that's sort of something that I would definitely want to do, like a very kid-friendly, like,
Sure.
a kid magnet, if you will.
Sure. I like that, because cosplay is usually seen as, well, in the guy's world, it's not really the objectification, but it's the eye candy, and in the woman's world, it's the empowerment. But you hardly ever see the things that say, this one's for the kids. So
Right.
I really like that. In fact, I actually shaved my head earlier this year to help support children's cancer, to raise awareness.
That's awesome. That's
Thank
really
you.
cool.
And it's something I do every year, so hearing somebody say, let's do it for the kids is really big. All right, guys, Origins 2015. I'd like to thank Chloe here for joining us. Split the party. You want to say anything, last words? Yeah, what do I do with my hands?
That's exactly what I say that all the time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. This is
Absolutely.
awesome.
Found it.
Found it.